Ooh. I made a room, same as last time. I made a room with the same name as last time. Would you join it? It gave me the option to make a room. I made it and it said, "Do you want to be peasant or?" I made it with the name my bee, same password as last time, and uh, yeah, my bee. See, I have my bee for a reason. Okay, do you want to be peasant or lord? Peasant or lord? I think the peasant will Okay. No, you're not. I've never seen this before, so this will be interesting. I'm hoping the peasant is the one who has to walk around and not the lord. Like the lord tells the peasant what to do. Probably can't hear me right now. Poor people again. Mm. Oh, can you hear me? Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. Oh, no. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hello? Key bindings. Yeah, I have to hold my right click down to, and it won't let me change it right now. Yeah, so apparently we chose wrong and the Lord is the one who has to walk around. So fuck me. Okay, so there's coffins in the room I'm in, but I'm not seeing and yeah, I'm seeing symbols. No? I don't have anything to place in the symbols. I don't know why I thought that was relevant. Okay, so what was it you said you saw again? Okay, give me a second. The very first thing I see is kind of like what you're talking about with the sarcophagus or little, thing. It's just a rectangle though. It's not like anything major. But I'm not finding any levers or any ways of figuring out how to tell you to rotate your dials. Okay. Space. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. What symbols are there? Okay, I think you need to roll it until you get a certain symbol combination because I have 3 areas with symbols above them that have coffins in them. And so I'm going to tell you what those symbols are, okay? Okay, I think rotating them means you'll lock them. And so whenever you see one of the symbols I describe, or actually just keep describing the symbols to me, I'll go over the 3 I think it is, and you'll lock them in place if you see them. But each time describe the symbol so that if you forget, I can remind you. And I think rotating it locks it in place. Okay, so one of the symbols is the guy we talked about earlier. We'll just instead of calling it the head with a line and the hill at the bottom and the 2 arms going out the sides with heads, we'll just call it the 3-headed alien with circles. Okay. The next symbol I see is like a turtle on a stand. And then there is a swirly line with 2 dashes at the top, 2 dashes at the bottom. Maybe it's empty ones. Turtle on a stand, keep it. Rounded base with circle heads is the one you need. I I know what you're talking about. That's not it. It's like a slight scribble and then 2 dashes at the top, 2 dashes at the bottom. Makes me think of like rain or water. Oh boy. Same. Okay, mine says, Dear C, my love for you burns with the intensity of 1,000. Can't read cursive. Your beauty, thinner, at bright at the light of the star, and at colorful at the water, or roses? I don't know. In our garden, love you forever. B, I think the important thing is the chart of candles on the right side. No. Okay, so that means you probably have two different puzzles. Do you see candles anywhere? Not that. Okay, are there any candles? Because I think they'll be set down on the pentagram. Okay, so are they set up in any kind of fashion, or do you just see? There should be 6 candles. So I have the order for where the candles would be placed. You can't pick them up. I have an order book here, is what I'm saying. Like if you can pick them up and put them on the you're talking. Let me. If you can pick them up and put them on specific spots on the pentagram. Oh, okay. So, walking to it at the base of it. Yeah. Oh. The bottom middle one. Top right. Top middle. Top left. Bottom right. Bottom left. Whew. My symbols are lit up. Non-interactable for me. Scared the shit out of me though. What's up? Yeah. Is that his J thing? Are the symbols on the ground interactable though? Are the symbols on the pentagram interactable though? Fuck. I have two symbols. What is your page to the right of your little love letter? Okay. Try finding anything interactable or that looks like a clue and let me know. And I'll do the same. Did the book change? The candles didn't change, it's the same pattern. You said there was a grate on the floor? Dots on the wall? Dots on the wall? Can you describe it to me? I see the circle with the X in it. That's on my far left side too. So I think I'm supposed to tell you how to complete the symbol. Okay, so from the circle with the X, the direct middle, you go pretty much do a straight up line and make like a rounded pitchfork. Pitchfork. Um, in between where you made the pitchfork and the top of the circle, it goes out on the left side, making a small pitchfork, and on the right side, making another small pitchfork. Yeah. Yes. Yes, that. Yes, do that. Once you do the double pitchfork and then the 2 lines, there's like another line up with the upside down hill on top to finish it. Or did you finish that symbol? Alright, then on the far right side. Circle, circle. Okay, so imagine that being a scorpion's. You need to add below it a J, and a J that curves to the right, and at the end of the J you put a triangle to make a little pointy end. Okay, then you're gonna go above it with a small line, make a big upside down hill, and at the end of each of those hills put a circle. Okay, and then at the middle, go forward with your line a little bit more and make another circle with a circle inside of it. Okay, let's go back to red because I think that's where we really got like mixed up. Because I think we probably did blue. Okay, so is everything cleared from that? Okay, go straight up a little, and then you need a line going both left and right. Okay, so if you went straight up, make a line to the left, put a hill on it, and then go back to the center point, go right, and put a hill on that. Yeah. Okay, so the base of it that I see would be a cross, and then it has 2 additional lines through it. I think that's what you described. Okay, so basically you'd have one big cross, but the bottom of it's no triangle. Okay, so the next thing I think you'll need is that double-sided pitchfork if there's one on a left side and one on the right side. If there's 3 lines horizontal on your cross, it'll go on the bottom one. not good. Um. Okay, so I'm gonna describe what I see as a whole, and then we can go back through the pieces. Is that okay with you? Okay. So, because I am struggling to understand the pieces you're describing to me, I'm just going to describe the whole thing. Basically, it's like there's one giant pitchfork going straight up from the circle with an X. Then oh, halfway between the X and the bottom of the pitchfork is a pole that goes left and right, the double-sided pitchfork, I believe, as you were describing it. And then in between the double-sided pitchfork and the bottom of the top pitchfork, there's two lines. The one on top is bigger than the one underneath. Oh, I have symbols and lights. I have glowing symbols on my floor. I think okay, so what you need to do is one of the symbols is like a diamond and there's a line straight through it. Okay. Next, you know the fish every kid drew in like middle school? It just doesn't have the end piece to the triangle tail. Okay, the next symbol looks like a Zapdos with a lightning bolt below it, except for Zapdos is missing his head. Did you get it? Okay. You know, like the lacing on a corset, it's basically two triangles facing into each other and they cross over, or shoelace crossing. An X on top of another X, but yeah. It should be straight across from the Zapdos. Okay, the next one, it's like a hourglass that's not touching at the middle. Basically, like if you had an empty cardboard box, set something on top of it, and the middle squished in. Then the actual hourglass. There's basically an X with a line through the middle, or an asterisk almost. After that, you only have one. Oh, I'm struggling to find the door I'm supposed to go through. Lovely. Oh boy. Okay. Phase 1. Gather around my fellow friends and let your mind and body enlighten through the light of these candles. I'm gonna read the whole thing real quick. This phase 2 is bring forth the innocent maiden and cut off her hair. Her locks will chain us to this earthly life, so we will never something through the door of heaven or hell. Phase 3, with these knives and with these words, her blood will dill our faith. For her sacrifice, we will rule and roam these lands forever. That's just basically what we did. I think I just gave you power. I had a lever I pulled and I'm not sure what it did. I cut you off. What has a bunch of symbols on it? Okay. Wait, wait. Pentagon, square. Okay, so I don't know if I'm supposed to use the riddle to figure out how to tell you to solve that, or if I need to go somewhere else. Are your symbols interactable? Sounds like the first room I came from. Phase 1, gather up, let your minds be light through the light of these candles. Phase 2, bang for goodness, they cut off her hair. Her locks will suppose this supposed to be rise? No. Doors of heaven and hell. With these knives, with these words, her blood will deal our faith. For her sacrifice will rule, and we will rule and roam these lands. Ever a bunch of demon fuckers. Okay, can't do that again. Now do I go up? Start. Okay. Nope. Okay. This fit. Oh, thank God. Gather around. Did that. Oh, I see a room that opened up. I'm. Boop! Sorry, door slammed behind me. Oh boy. I have a bunch of chests, but I'm not seeing any symbols above them. pretty sure if I interact with the wrong ones, it's gonna send spikes through my hand. Click on square. I grabbed one of the boxes. It has shapes on it. Hold on. So the one I am holding now. Hold on, I have to put it back maybe so I can actually. There we go. Okay, so it has a hexagon, an upside down hexagon, which you could just turn the block around and be right side up, upside down triangle. Oh wait, okay, so it has a compass so you know which side's north. Okay, so it has a square, a hexagon, a play button, and then on the bottom it has an upside down triangle and a right side up hexagon. You right? Second from the top? Oh, okay. So basically, what you're looking at is going to be a box unwound for me. So tell me the symbol to the right of the middle. One second. Okay, and to the right of that. Okay, go to the left of the center then. Okay, so from the compass, what's to the right of the compass? How'd you die? Oh shit. Okay, I think I figured it out. So we'll be fine this time. I promise ish. Basically what you're seeing is the box unwound and I'm solving like basically just an unwound box. It's not that hard. It took me a bit to realize what we were doing. Wait, turn power back on. Probably. Making my way back to the room. Why is my door not open? Oh. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. I'm in a different room too. Okay, so here's what's up. From to the right. Is there anything to the right of the compass? Okay, what's directly to the left of the compass? What's above the compass? One second. Is it slightly slanted? Is it slightly slanted? slanted like to the right. The tip of it points to the right. Okay. Is there anything to the left or right of that? Okay. Above that is it an upside down one? Anything to the left or right of that? And to the other side? Anything above that? Sweet, I got it. I hear noises. I'm scared. I'm scared. I need to hold on. Oh my god. I need to know where the compass is. What's directly above the compass, if there's any above it? North facing left. Okay, so all right. What we're gonna okay, so what is below the compass? Okay, what's below that? It's facing left. Probably that square. Nope. Nope. What's below that? Okay, is there anything above that pentagon? Let me see. Hello? Okay, it's basically top. Okay, so what's directly below the play button? Compass. What's below the compass? I mean, what's to the right of the compass? So basically, it's that. What's below it? To the right means below it. Uh, okay, and to the right of that? Okay, back to the first play button. Is there anything to the left or right? Oh, right, up and down. What's above it? And then below it? Anything else above or below? Should be. Oh, what was that? Next. Oh, thank God it was only 3. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Okay, finally, you stopped. Okay, turn the lever first before you continue. Oh, fuck. Oh shit. Okay. Wall rolling towards me. I'm running out of room. What do you see? What just happened? Okay. So what we need to do is, do you have soldiers with weapons, or do you have soldiers without weapons and you have weapons? Do you see statues with armor? Do you see animals? The first one to your left, you should give an axe. Double-sided axe, yes. Okay, when you're walking into your room, walking into the room, it should be the closest to you left. Did you get it? The one directly across from it needs 2 swords. Uh, 2 swords, one longer than the other. And then if you're going counterclockwise, move to the next dude. He needs a sword and shield. Smooth sword. I got squished into a wall. Yep. The wall moves in and I can't even see the first statue by the time you got to it. And so it was like, I don't know. I don't know if it's specific swords. I'm kind of running away. um okay, so give the double-sided axe to the same dude, and then I'll make sure I pay better attention to swords the next whenever we get back. Sorry. They switched around. Fuck it. Alright, when you walk into the room, the one to the immediate left again has a shield in his left hand, a sword in his right hand. The sword is straight on one side with like a dent in it, or like a piece got broken off, and on the right side it goes straight up halfway and then cuts sharp to meet the tip of the other side. Round shield. The guy directly across from him has a shield, like the Blood Elf shield, that has parallel dents on each side, and then he has that in his right hand, and in his left hand he has a curved sword, kind of something like you would see a demon hunter or a rogue use. Yeah, shield in right hand. This curved sword kind of had like a spiky thing at the middle. Descriptive. Moving counterclockwise, the next guy has just a sword in his right hand. If you're facing him, one side straight, the other side goes straight up halfway, and then it kind of looks like an overgrown butter knife. That's what it is. The blade looks like an overgrown butter knife. It's a butter knife with the knife end going out towards the right. The guy, the guy straight across from him has a basic straight short sword, in his left hand. That's what was going on the first time, because the first time I came in here, the wall was just like swinging back and forth, and it looked like it got jammed. And since then, it's been moving. Do it. Oh, you're actually rewinding it. You're resetting it. Oh my god, that would have been useful. Okay, same guy coming into the room on the left. He has a cross of a shield, basically. A really rounded cross of a shield in his left hand. And then in his right hand, he has a sword that kind of. You remember the swirly line symbols with 2 dashes at top, 2 dashes at bottom? Basically, his sword looks like that squiggle line, except for it's like sharp out to the right. About halfway up. Yes. No, it pokes out on the right side. Fairly short. Can you rewind the will if you want me to describe it? Stay holding, stay holding. Okay, it's reset. So, on the sword itself. Oh shit. Okay, so yeah, it kind of does remind me of the Lightbringer. At the base of it, it has a point sticking like right out to the right. I believe it's to the right and left. It's basically like the pointer arrow for Google, and then it goes up a little, and then it pokes out to the right, kind of makes a rectangle for most of the body, and then while the right side goes straight up, the left side goes about halfway up and cuts over to the right side. At the hilt, it should have basically a spike coming down from the right and coming down towards the right and left. I need you to quit talking. I need you to rewind. Quit talking. Notice yellow light. Please quit talking. Rewind. Quit talk. Oh, okay, you did. Rewind. 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 All right, we need to start cutting our sentences a little bit quicker because that seriously went all the way from the base to almost squishing me against the wall. Okay, it does. From the looks of it, it only really okay. So at the base, it spikes out to the right, and then up a little, it spikes out to the left for like a quick thorn. Then above that, it goes up a bit before spiking out to the right again. But instead of spiking out and going back like the other two, it stays up all the way on the right side. And then on the left side, after that first thorn on the left, it just goes about 3/4 up and then cuts over to the right side. Good, that was about halfway. Oh boy, it's 9 a.m. The one directly across from him is basically he's holding a basic longsword in his left hand. Rewind. Nope, just rewind. That's not good, considering my life depends on it. Okay, going counterclockwise, the next guy who is also on the right side, as if you're entering the room, and one arm, his right arm, he's holding that blood elf shield I described before, and in his left hand, he's holding a one-sided axe. Early, we didn't go to bed. Right side is the shield. Thank you. It's at the halfway point. Oh, so I like how you went to talk to him and you used the in-game voice. Two tips on left side. Okay, so hold the will. Okay, yeah. So basically, this guy has two swords. In his left hand, he's holding a long sword, but it's a special long sword. At the base of it, it has like goat horns. You know how they curl down? Uh, basically, like instead of wrapping around, they just go out a little and curve down. It has two of those each side that are pretty big, and then two small ones, and then the top of it, it 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 looks penis head, but it comes to a point. I want to say it flares out at the bottom. It's pretty straight down. Other than the horns poking out. Yeah, no, it doesn't flare out. It's pretty straight, excluding the top of it, and it has two sets of those big horns I told you about, and then two tiny horns. So basically, the two big horns are closer to the bottom, with one set of tiny horns at the bottom, right on top of those, and then closer to the rewind real quick. Rewind. And then at the top of it, what it has is another set of small horns right before it turns into a triangle on top, basically, because both ends go out past the width of the sword and come to a point. Left hand. I need a rewind. It's moving really fast. Okay. In his right hand, the left side of the sword, like it kind of curves back. Oh god, I hate talking over someone else. Once again. So the left side kind of curves back, and then on the right side, starting from the bottom, it kind of curves out to the right and curves back in kind of like a small bite was taken out of the sword because it has the two humps like the front teeth, and then it has a big curve out to the right that just slowly curves over to the left, kind of like, yeah, that's very descriptive. Hey, it's at the halfway point, coming fast. That's it. That's the one. And that goes in his right hand. You did say 3 years. You said years. That did you get the blood elf sword? Shield, and the guy directly across from him? Did you give him the blood elf shield in his right hand? There's nothing you can interact with. Hold the will, please. The one on the front left has glowing red eyes. Pull back the gate and I can tell you. Pull back the gate and I can tell you it's moving too fast. I'll describe it to you as you hold the will back. Oh, it's the one I sent a screenshot of. Yeah, the one I gave up on. The Blood Elf Shield was one to, if you're walking into the room, it would be the last one to the right. It's the one I set up Blood Elf Shield. The one to the left had a cross shield. Walls at halfway, over halfway, almost touching. God. That's stressful. But the one you need to do is front left if you're walking into the room. Does he have his equipment? Hold the wall real quick. Well, the one directly across from him, you just gave a really long. I guess it kind of puckers out. Like it's not completely flat. It just ever so slightly puckers out on both sides twice. You gave him a short sword. That's not a long sword. Clearly not. Oh my god. Rewind. Rewind. Fuck. I didn't have a sec. Okay. When I say long sword, I just don't mean the longest sword you can find. I mean like long sword as in you would use two hands to swing it. I know I don't know weapons, but that is one thing I do know is I know considering you said I didn't know there was weapons on the other side. It's fine. Take 3? The okay, the weapon on the front left side is the same sword that was for the back left side. It's a long sword with a triangle on top, and then it has two large spikes on both the left and right side, and then two small spikes on the left, right above the two big spikes, and on the right above the two big spikes. And then on the very top underneath the triangle is two more spikes pointing out left and right. And he has that in his right hand and nothing else. Yes. Okay. Hang on. Okay. The next one is the sword that went to the guy on the front left last puzzle. It's where it points out sharp to the right, kind of curves to it has a thorn to the left. The left kind of does a curve inward and back out before, and about 3/4 up, it curves sharply over to the right side. And then the right side of the blade has a sharp edge out to the right, curves inward, and then it has a sharp ledge to the right, and it has a hump going up to the top. The one directly across from the left side, so right side front. Oh shit. That goes in his right hand, facing him. So we're going counterclockwise again. And so at the back right side, as if you're walking into this room, is the rounded cross shield that we used from previous puzzle in his left hand. And hold on. In his right hand, the left side goes straight up. It's the one that I said looks like it had a bite taken out of it. All good. No, which does not give me much hope. I checked for that as we did maybe once they all have a weapon set up is whenever it glows. Alright, so then that means we're on the last one, on the left side. Okay, he just has one weapon, which, hang on. It's a it's short sword. And it kind of looks like a serrated knife for a small section on the left of it, and then on the right side it's straight up until you get to the end of it, which basically just looks like the cap piece of a warglaive. In his right hand. It's almost to the halfway point. Oh, okay. Good to know. Yeah, there are no glowing eyes. So I guess glowing is for when you get it correct. Wait, I think we're supposed to solve it based off of the symbols above their the shields above their head. Okay, so do you see a stag with arrows through it? Okay, what he is holding is the one I told you looked like it had a serrated kitchen knife on the back left small section of it. In his right hand, your right side. That means we, whenever we got the one with glowing red eyes, was because we got lucky and guessed it right. Did you give the one that with the stag with arrow guy in your right side hand? Looks like straight kitchen knife on the back left. On the right side, it's basically straight until you get to the end, which looks like the cap of a warglaive. Okay, so the confusion here is when I'm saying right, I mean your right, not his right. You had the right blade. I'm just too stupid to get left and rights. Okay. Um. So the next animal you need to look for is like a hyena with a standing upright with like a lot of fur around its head and a helmet on. Okay, he is the one who needs that cross shield in his right hand and the blade that looks like it has a bite taken out of it in his left hand. I mean, we're better off next time we go through this because the first time we solved it, we were still solving it based off of where they were standing and not based off of the actual soldiers they were supposed to go to. Yes. Rewind. I kept asking you about him and you said you couldn't see anything like that was interactable. But either way, even when we're standing here just holding it, it still runs up the time, so it runs faster next time, I think. Okay, so the guy, so there's a crane. Find the crane. It's the sword I kept finding really hard to describe. No, that goes to the wolf wearing a helmet. In the soldier's left hand. Rewind. Okay, so yeah, the guy under the crane has the sword that has the sharpen pointing out to the right, a little thorn pointing to the left, and it like curves. On the right side, it pokes out sharp, and then they go straight up, and then 3/4 of the way, the left side goes sharply in towards the right. Fuck yeah. Um, I need sleep.